Thanks for logging into myfoxhurricane.com. I'm meteorologist Dave Osterberg. We continue to watch a major hurricane, even though it's weakening, Beryl, and really the little invest that just won't give up, the one behind it as well. We'll talk about coming up in just a couple of seconds as well. Now, Beryl skirted just to the south of Jamaica late yesterday and last night. I mean, the core, or most of the core, and the center did stay offshore. Same for the Grand Caymans, just the Cayman Islands in general, as well as most of the activity or the strongest stayed to the south. Look at some of this lightning, though. The problem is, you look at this and you're like, this doesn't look anything like it did a couple of days ago. Wind shear has taken over and really done a number on this storm, and it's really starting to affect some of the core parts of the storm. Here's the wind shear. West winds coming in at about 20 or so knots, and what that'll do is you see how that just kind of fans these clouds out. The clouds, everything's trying to wrap around this center, and you can see it's just trying to wrap around, and then all of a sudden here comes that wind shear and pushes it all away. And it doesn't allow it to structurally get together, and it's going to continue this wind shear all the way through until it works its way into the Yucatan. And this is not a bad thing, okay? This is a good thing for obviously multiple reasons, but you're also got to realize that where Beryl is now is some of the warmest, deepest water that we have in the tropics. So thankfully, we do have that wind shear, which is keeping it at bay, because if we didn't, you probably start to see a huge re-intensification again as well. So it continues to move toward the west and the northwest. And, you know, the computer models up until the first half of the weekend are actually pretty set. We're going to bring it right through the Yucatan, somewhere near Cozumel or just to the south of Cozumel. And then once it moves through the Yucatan, it'll weaken a little bit. It'll become a tropical storm, but it has a little bit of time to regenerate and perhaps become a minimal hurricane again before making another landfall as well. European, the American model, the Fox model, we put them all together on the map, and you can kind of see they're all pretty close together as to where the eventual landfall will be, from Brownsville just to the south. However, there are some outliers that bring the storm a little bit further to the north. So parts of southeastern Texas can't let their guard down at all. 115-mile-per-hour winds. The hurricane warnings are flying up for that part of the Yucatan Peninsula. It's going to move over, and that's likely to happen tonight, and then first thing tomorrow morning, it emerges back out into the southwest Gulf, Bay of Campeche area, but it does have a little bit of time to strengthen into a hurricane again, and you can see that much of southeastern Texas is still in that cone, so you'll want to stay tuned over the weekend to see what, if any, impacts it may have on that Texas coast. So here's your Fox model, rolling it right into the Yucatan, weakening it, then re-strengthening it as it heads back up toward the border of, say, Mexico and the United States, right around that Brownsville area. Meanwhile, behind it, we still have this little invest, which has been trying its hardest. However, look, only a 20% chance for development over the next 7 days. So we're not jumping up and down thinking this is going to do much coming in the wake, of course, of Beryl. And then behind that, look at this. This is all dust coming off the coast of Africa. So it looks like after we're done with even this invest, we're going to get a little break in the tropical action for a bit as some of that dust rolls across the Atlantic and into the Caribbean. Thanks for checking in with us on this 4th of July. Have a happy and safe holiday, and we'll see you soon.